just have to start this video off with a nice couple of pictures of Tommy Robinson so the leftists can start to scream and jump up and down and cry. Triggering the left has become a comedy parlor game. A lot has happened since I recorded the video portion of this video, and I was especially thrilled to see Tommy Robinson win the Danish Freedom of Speech Award last week. That was amazing. We feel totally vindicated. Places like the oppressive Facebook have been dealt a blow because now they are exposed as an anti-free speech, anti-American platform in a more official capacity than they had been, because that shows that they are the oppressors of speech. And the same with Twitter, and the same with everyone else who tried to ban Tommy Robinson. So take that, leftists. Note to leftists who are now having a hissy fit over the quote. It seems that nobody really knows who made the quote, so it wasn't just Donald Trump who misattributed it. In any case, it's a good quote, and it fits the situation, and Tommy Robinson is now very much winning. One quick word about how the left has really tried to destroy the Lady Justice. Because if you notice, the Lady Justice is blindfolded. She cannot see your race or your haircut or however your t-shirt message or however you are trying to sway justice. So that is how justice is supposed to be dealt. Now the left, they have Lady Justice fat, sloppy, and sleeping in a hammock, probably on drugs. And they also have her blindfold half off, and they're giving her money and under-the-table perks and all kind of things. But it's our job to get Lady Justice up off the couch, get her exercising, and get her back to work, doing her job of being blind justice, and not paying a bit of attention to any of the leftists' ploy. Whether they want to sway Lady Justice with how the look of their skin or the look of their haircut, whether their haircut indicates they're gay or straight, it won't matter because Lady Justice has her blinders back on again, and that's how it's going to be. The good people have been lazy for too long, and it's time to clean house. Hello. It's been a while since we've talked about Tommy Robinson. Of course, he hasn't been in the news as much lately. But anyway, bottom line is that the left has a lot more to worry about than Tommy Robinson right now. They have got BREXIT, and BREXIT is going. Not only did they get a truckload of coal dumped on them at Christmas time, so Santa left the left a bunch of coal. He dumped a truckload on them, just buried them in the coal since they lost everything so badly. So, but of course we know they're going to keep trying. They're not giving up. So we conservatives need to realize we need to be tougher and tougher than the left. So far things are going good, and I think we just need to hold Boris accountable, make sure he does not waver. He needs to be like Trump and not waver, not give in, not bend. Make sure he gets the right Brexit the people want. I think the people have spoken enough saying they want their Brexit. So, now, as far as, and Tommy Robinson said that we need Brexit. You need Brexit to help clean up the problems. I guess clean up any of the problems with, the laws not being enforced, the injustices, the open borders, all those things. So he believes that once you get Brexit, then these things will be dealt with, in a better manner. Now, the last thing we were hearing about Tommy Robinson was that case with the Syrian boy suing him. And I haven't heard about the outcome. Of course, we know the deck is stacked against Tommy. But I want to look at a different aspect of the case. First of all, we know the left is trying to do dirt on Tommy, but they pretty much know by now they're not going to break him, and he's got a bunch of stalwart supporters who are not going to stand for them trying to break him. So I think the left has sort of learned their lesson that they should sort of lay off him because he's just going to get more and more famous and more popular and become more and more of a legend the more they try to mess with him. So I think they're starting to get the point that they should just sort of lay off. So, and plus, like I said, this year, Brexit, I think, has the left in a tailspin because the Brexit is like shattering, totally obliterating their dreams of global domination. Totally obliterating it, setting them back 100 years, which is a good thing for the nation state. But yes, the left is just bad. And the reason why Santa Claus dumped a load of coal on them is because they have been denying the will of the people for a long time and running roughshod and letting crimes go unpunished and just being all around nasty. And if you believe in Santa Claus knew that, and that's why they got coal for Christmas. So anyhow, the point I wanted to make about Tommy Robinson's case, about being sued, the point is not just about him, because they're not going to break him, and we're going to support him. So they know that. They're just trying to do what they can to be annoying and to cause him grief. But the real takeaway from this case is, are they able to intimidate the witnesses? Are the average people able to get justice? Because for Tommy's whole case is really based on the testimony of the witnesses who said that boy hit a girl, I guess with a hockey stick or something. And those witnesses were going to come to court to testify to that fact. And see, the left, they were trying to intimidate these witnesses by having mobs of men surround the school, by having, people who are like on wanted lists, threaten them, and just basically they're doing their best to do witness intimidation and witness intimidation of children, all because of their tribalism, because they don't believe anybody in their tribe can do any wrong, and that is why they are trying witness intimidation. But basically, our Western democracies don't work that way. Our Western democracies work on the basis that each individual pays for their own crime and is responsible for their own actions, and they must pay the penalty. So, the question here is whether the legal system is going to let the left get away with this. Whether they're going to let them get away with intimidating the witnesses. Whether they can intimidate the witnesses. And I believe these kids are very brave and intrepid to be willing to come out and testify against this, against this boy. So the whole point is, the takeaway is not necessarily them picking on Tommy Robinson or trying to cause him grief. The takeaway is, are they able to intimidate the witnesses, intimidate the children, and prevent them from getting justice? You see, and a girl being hit, if she's hit by a boy that has a higher intersectional score, then she's just out of luck. And you see how the left sells their own down the river. It's whoever has that higher intellectual score. Sorry, girls. Girls aren't higher than, if the boy looks different and is from someplace else, he can do what he wants to you, and the left is not going to squeak. Not a squeak. So the bottom line is equal justice. And we've got to make sure there's enough bravery and people have enough courage to, fight back against these intimidation tactics and the left. And we can't allow this to go on. We can't. We've got to have justice for the kids that were hurt too. If they were hurt and they can prove it, we want justice for that. The left doesn't want justice. They just want their own way and things that support their global agenda. But I believe with the victory of Brexit, that the left knows their days are numbered. And they will, of course, they will fight back. But they know that we are not going to give up either. And we are going to win in the end. Because we are tougher than the left. Because we have homes, we have families, We have convictions, we have morals that we stand by. And the left only stands by their loyalty for who can give them the most at the moment. Our foundations are eternal. Theirs are capricious and blow with the wind. And that is why we will win. God bless. Let freedom ring.